Our Lady Fatima appeared in 1917. Why that year? Well, the old ancestral dynasties of the Catholic monarchies were being systematically snuffed out. Lots of pressure on them in the 1800s. World War I, you could almost rename World War I the war to end monarchy. World War I destroyed the monarchies of Europe. You have sort of the last emperor of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, Blessed Karl of Austria. Beautiful, holy man. At my fraternity of St. Peter Parish, we have a relic in a shrine, a little altar shrine, where a relic of Blessed Karl is, with the Austrian insignia. I often kneel there and pray and say, make me a good man, Blessed Karl. Make me a father like you. He represents the end. In a way, I think, might be wrong on this, Blessed Karl, sort of the end of the monarchy, which is really kind of the end of the nobility, the structure of the Roman Empire, is kind of the taking away of the catechon. In 2 Thessalonians, where Paul talks about how there's iniquity in the world and it's being held back, withheld by something. The Greek is katechon. And if that's the case, that means we are headed into the end times. If that's the case. So we see sort of this dissolution of what was Europe, of what was Christendom in 1917. Remember, you go back to the starting of Martin Luther, 1517, 1521. I mean, you're at a 400-year watermark. And the structures of Christendom, the structures of Christianity and Catholicism are broken and snuffed out. And what do we get during, and on Russia too? You know the whole story of Rasputin, and then they come in and they kill the Russian emperor, the Tsar, and his wife and his kids, and it's a horrible story. Betrayal. What happens after 1917? This is why Our Lady came down in 1917. We see secular states pretending to be governed by democracy, which we're learning more and more is kind of a sham. What's really governing these nations are the billionaires, the rich, the oligarchs, who manipulate elections so that people think they have a say. It's frustrating. This, by the way, is kind of like the Synod of Synodality that Pope Francis is pushing in Rome. It's just, they're calling the shots, but then they have these little synods in every diocese where everyone gets to say, well, I think the Catholic Church should be this. And everybody gets to pipe up and say what they want to say. It's this feeling of empowering the people when the people at the top already know what they're going to do in their agenda.